It's just it's this easy. Click off, click it back on, and here I am. Okay, this is the last one that I'm going to show you. I'm looking around to make sure that I'm not telling you a lie about it. Okay, this is the last one I'm actually working on, and then the next ones will be plans, goals, plans. Plans and goals are two separate things, actually. This is a perfect time for me to talk about this because this was some secret stitching that I was working on. And I know that they don't watch my YouTube, but she does follow my Instagram. So this is black thread, or no, it's not. It's Blackbird Designs, Sailing Home. I love those colors. I do love it, just exactly the way they did it. But the person I'm stitching it for, and it is a birth sampler, has the room done in kind of island white. She framed all her things in white. She's very artistic and creative, and she did a lot of artwork, original artwork, and she framed it all in white. It's too long to tell the story, but this will be, when I get this done, I will tell the whole story because it's a fairy tale story of things that you would only see like in a Lifetime movie, the way this couple got together. It's Jim's niece, and it's very fitting because I wanted to get this whole thing done and then be able to just fill in the name and get it to them quickly because they live in Switzerland, and that's part of the fairy tale story. We did not know if it was boy or girl, excuse me. They didn't want to know. And we just got a text this morning, they had a girl. Excuse me. Her name is Mika Hanny. That's the middle name, Hanny. And so I got to get this done. My only question was, and they didn't care if it was boy or girl. I'm so sorry. Maybe I'm talking too much, do you think? I have coffee in my cup all day. Even if it gets like room temperature, I still love it. My only thing was, because she did do everything kind of real nature, you know, fox and animals and that kind of thing. So not knowing if it was boy or girl, can you guys see the sailboats on there? I mean, it's kind of like, you know, it's a flower, you know, kind of girly. Sailboats kind of, you know, boy. So I didn't know. I mean, although they're in like a nature mode with the nursery, I was thinking, okay, if it's a boy, that will be good. See, the sailboats are going to go right up in here. And then I was thinking, if it's a girl, should I switch it out to something different? So if you guys have an opinion about that, let me know. Should I keep the sailboats even though it's a girl? Should I put in like hearts or something? I don't know. I could put something else in there. This, okay, I'm going to lead you into what I was going to talk about. I am using a mix of DMC and then the flower. So the alphabet is DMC. The flower and the gold or the stars are silks. And I when I started stitching again, there was one I started and it was DMC, and I was using silks from the thread gather, and I thought, can you mix them? I don't know. I guess I'm still wondering that. Can you mix them? I mean, I'm mixing them and it's fine. And I guess if there is a rule about it, I don't follow rules anyway. So I really don't know what to say. But this is totally mixed. It's DMC with the thread gather floss. I am so sorry. I do not know. But can you see the variegation in that one? I know it's not, I think it's fading ink. It could be fading ink, but I think fading ink has more blue in it. And that's the one I'm going to use on my Eleanor Rigby. Anyway, and then the yellow is the thread gather floss. Again, I tore the tag off, so I don't know what the color is. I apologize for that. The fabric is Zweigart base, that cashel 28 count. This one is color 1079 Marmor. And this was Yarn Stories on Etsy. And this is exciting for me. So this will lead me into plans, I think. Yeah, it will lead me into plans. Because when I ordered this, and I think I was looking for a lot of 30 or 32 count, because after watching all the Floss Tubes, that's what everybody's doing. And I thought, okay, I'm a big girl, I can try stitching on that. Well, it was all sold out. Like the colors that, I mean, everywhere I went, it was sold out. So I found this on Yarn Stories, 28 count, and I just, on Etsy, and I just went, boom, bought it. So then I bought those because I think I have the floss in this one. Okay, so this will go to plans, but remind me to get back to what I was saying. So my sister Tracy, I can't say how old she is because she'll hate me forever. My sister Tracy is a couple years younger than I am. And we all know I'm 60. She has never been married, never had kids, and I talked about this. She has met her Prince Charming, Jack. And I think she always wanted to be married. She wanted kids. So it was a heartbreak for me. I mean, I can honestly say that there's times where I would lay in bed at night and pray for her. My heart would ache for her because I knew how bad she wanted, you know, a family and to meet the right guy. And I mean, it can happen at any age. So Tracy and Jack are getting married. They just set their wedding date. It's going to be October 16th, which is my older sister Deb's birthday. And Paige got married on October 18th. So it's going to be, October is going to be a big month for our family. Anyway, I told her that I would make her a quilt, which I will. And she wants it all done in like creams and tans and like light grays, kind of taupies. And so that in mind, I thought, okay, that's why I got, you know, the fabric I just showed you that I just put away. That kind of creamy. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to use the floss gatherers, not the floss gatherers, you guys please forgive me, the thread gatherers Silken Colors. And this is the English Ironstone 176, and it's very, very lightly variegated. You guys, I'm so sorry. I thought that would be so pretty, kind of like a tone on tone. Well, this disappeared on that. I feel like I'm going crazy. What did I just do with it? Anyway, I thought it was so pretty because it was kind of, has this little bit of like modeling to it. But as you can see, I did start stitching and it totally disappeared on here. So I ordered kind of a steel bluish gray that I'm going to do this on, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for her. So I'm going to make her the quilt. That will be the actual wedding gift. But then I saw this. Here I go. I guess it's, I mean, do you guys stitch for yourself or do you stitch for other people? I would love to know that. And if you do, I mean, do they really have to appreciate, for me to do it anymore, they have to appreciate and know how much time and work goes into it and that you're really doing it with love for them. Otherwise, I think it takes away some of the specialness of it. Anyway, my sister does appreciate it and knows how much work is into it. So I saw this. Jean Farish was talking about, I think, is it her 40th anniversary in designing? I don't want to say that if it's not right, but she was talking about this kind of overshot design on this weather vane horse, which I think she uses as her, you know, kind of logo. And she had it, I think she still has it on her Etsy shop. I want to say for $4.40 or something. She did some of her patterns like at that price to commemorate her anniversary. And my sister Tracy has dreamt her whole life. She thought she wanted to be like a big animal vet and didn't do that, but she loves horses. She loves animals. She's kind of that animal whisperer and has always talked about having a ranch, like a farm, and has been looking for a couple years, saving money and wanting to get her own, and met Jack, and now their plan is to have one together, and he's all in it with all the animals and stuff, and their plan is to have a place by the spring or summer and then get married in the barn in the fall. Anyway, so this reminded me of her. She loves horses. She has, some of you know my son Sam has been struggling to be an adult. And graciously, my sister has been having him live with her because it would be too much pressure on me. It would be, it just won't work. Not because I don't love him, he doesn't love me, but that's all I need to say. He's so wonderful. He'll get it together, but it's been a long haul trying to get him straightened out. So anyway, my sister has had him. So this actually is going to be my thank you gift to her for feeding him and housing him and helping to mother him, because, you know, sometimes they don't want to hear it from their mother. So that's it. That is everything that in my plans. Oh, I do have a couple more plans. Hold on. At work. Oh, wait. I wanted to talk about that fabric. Okay, this will work into plans. So when I ordered from Yarn Stories, okay, you guys I talked about this in my beginning videos. My mom's side of the family is 100% Lithuanian. And because you don't hear about it that much, did you guys know Elvis was Lithuanian? So is Barbara Walters. I'm trying to think who else. Anyway, we did all of our celebrating and family activities were on my mom's side of the family mostly. So, of course, it was always Lithuanian traditions and Lithuanian food and Lithuanian. So, you know, it's always been Lithuanian. My dad's German. So, when I ordered that fabric, I had an email that said, you know, your package has been shipped, blah, 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 and the tracking, and I didn't even know. Let me see if I can show you guys this. That fabric I ordered came from Lithuania. I was so excited. I saved the mailing. And I have, so if anybody knows this, please let me know. I have been Googling and searching and looking up for Lithuanian like samplers or cross stitching. There's a lot of embroidery, and a lot of it is more like geometric, maybe folk art shapes. It kind of reminds me more of like, you know, Indian patterns or, you know, Aztec, I don't know. So anyway, I've been looking for something like that would be commemorate and be honor my Lithuanian heritage and do that in some kind of sampler or cross stitch. And I just haven't found a lot. So then when this fabric came from Lithuania, I was like, I mean, it's Zweigart. I can get it anywhere. This one came from Lithuania, Yarn Stories on Etsy. So I thought, oh, I have to make something. Well, then I saw, this brings me back to Valerie Stitching in the Barn. Valerie was talking about, and I wrote it on a Post-it so I would know which floss tube to tell you it was. She was talking about Pennsylvania Dutch fractors. Is it fractors or fractors? I say fractors. Oh, here I found it. It was number 5. Floss tube number 5 on Valerie's Stitching in the Barn. She's talking about fractors and talking about Pennsylvania Dutch. Not knowing, I don't know how I never knew this, and explaining that it's not really Dutch, it's German, Pennsylvania German. And so then, and I love fractors. I love them. So I picked out a fractor flowers. I don't have it yet, but I'll show that. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do on my Lithuanian fabric, is then that will be honoring my Lithuanian heritage and my German, not to leave my dad out. So I'm going to have a fractor on fabric from Lithuania. And then another thing in my plans is that the needle worker, I know a lot of people have made it. I'm sorry, when I get all these things, because I've ordered them, but I don't have them yet. The needle worker, I decided that underneath needle worker in Lithuanian and German, I'm going to write needle worker, the word for needle worker underneath that in those two. And I'm going to do that on my Lithuanian Zweigart. So, okay, I actually, this is how geekoid I am, I guess. On Instagram, I printed this out so that you guys could, if you want to do a little snapshot or whatever, there's a Lithuanian artist, and she does cross-stitch art on big hard objects. She drills the holes and makes them into a grid, and then she cross-stitches. There's daisies on an old black car, like the hood of an old black car. She has flowers on an old army helmet. Just to go look at the pictures. So, man, this is her name. Oh, there's no way I could even say that. I'm not even going to try. So that's the hashtag on Instagram. If you just put in her name, you can find all kinds of images. So anyway, I know I've told you guys this before, but my gram is the one that got me into sewing, my mom's mom, and she's the one that's Lithuanian. And so, although I don't speak Lithuanian, I wish I did, my grandma would speak Lithuanian to us, so we could learn a little bit. And when we'd stay all night, we'd all be laying in this big bed with her, and she'd be speaking to us, and we'd have to try to guess what she said. So these are slang, so I don't even know that they are proper Lithuanian to this day, you know, and I did tell this before, but it's worth telling again. So we were little, you know, 7, 8, 9, and the two things that my grandma made sure that we remembered in Lithuanian was Išmylju tuva, which is I love you, which is how I told Jim I loved him the first time. And then the other one is Bubichok subanya, which is kiss my ass. So I like to use both of those once in a while, because if you don't know, you don't know which one I'm saying. To you guys, I will say Išmylju tuva 100 million times. So there. But I think it's funny that my grandma, she was a character that I remember us saying that in front of my mom, and my mom would always go, my mother taught you how to say that. So anyway, guys, what if I'm done? Oh no, can I tell you one more thing? And then I will be done, because I'm at 18 minutes. Okay, I'm going to tell you this really quick, because this is a plan as well. This house that we live in, I feel like I don't want to rush through it, so I should save it. But I told you guys in my my yard tour that there's a neighborhood around here called Elm Grove. Well, it's a town, little village, and they have the coolest old houses, and Jim and I drive around. Well, all the houses we try to pick things that we like from those houses, either landscaping or gardening tips or whatever, you know, trees that we see. So all those houses will have like names to their house, you know, and they'll have plaques by the front door or by the mailbox, and it will have like established what year. So Jim and I would always joke, you know, we need to come up with a name for the house. So ever since we've lived here, well, ever since we put in the Cleveland pear trees up front, I think that's where the sparrows like to live. Jim, it's like a joke. Every time Jim opens up the garage door, these little sparrows like attack him. They fly in. It's like they're waiting for him. They love him. They fly in. They go up into the rafters of the garage. They just come in and like fly around him. And then, so it was a joke. Like, those sparrows, they did it again, they did it again, they did it again. I'm like, Jim, the sparrows love you. So we'll be here, I don't know, did I say 5 or 6 years? I don't remember. Well, what is this, 2016? 5 years, it'll be 5 years. So we kept thinking, so I got this for Jim for our anniversary, which was in September. And we didn't put it up because it was fall. And we weren't sure where I know I want to put it by the front door. Jim, again, doesn't like a lot of stuff, so I haven't talked him into it. He wants to put it by the back door, but look how cool. I had this done on Etsy, so we named it Sparrow House, established 2016. This is weatherproofed, so you can hang it outside. If anybody wants the name, I will look it up and find on, they will do different holes for, I wanted holes here because the way it will sit on our siding is vertical on our house, so I thought it would go better. But anyway, because of this in Sparrow House, you guys know what I have to put in my plans. Okay, if you don't know, Google it. If you do know, say it with me. His eye is on the sparrow. Oh man, how am I going to fit that into all these other big, that was the other thing. When I started, I picked all these like big samplers to work on. I don't, something's wrong with me. Well, not really. It's the whole floss tube started a monster within me. It ignited a fire, a monster has come out and I can't stop. So, okay, for you guys that have been with me the whole time, Bernadine and Heather, Karen, I know you're not cross-stitching. Cheryl, I don't know if all you guys cross-stitch. I know Bernadine and Heather does. I hope you stick around with me on these cross-stitch things because, oh gosh, how fun. I have other plans. I have so many plans. I can't talk about it all at once, can I? But I did a pretty good job today because this is part 4 and I'm 22 minutes. So I have to sign off, but before and after I'm going to stick, oh, shoot. I didn't talk about my big shepherds thing. Okay, so that I don't have to rush through to say bye, I'm going to come back just to talk about, I told you I was going to talk about March 21st, which is tomorrow, and tell you that I stuck a picture in. So part 5, is it part 5? Come back just to say bye, and I want your opinion on something, okay?